2.1, analyzing loans. So here we have Lars, who borrowed $12,000 from a bank at 5% compounded monthly to buy a new personal watercraft. The bank will use the watercraft as collateral for the loan. He negotiated regular loan payments at $350 at the end of each month until the loan is paid off. He set up an amortization table to follow the progress of the loan. So that's a table that lists regular payments of a loan, shows how much of each payment goes towards the interest and the principal as the balance of the loan is reduced to zero. So what we're going to do is we're going to complete this table. So we're going to notice a couple things about this table, and then we're going to put it into a spreadsheet because then it'll do a lot of the calculations for us. So our payments are always 350. That came from the question. His interest is going to be his balance, so this amount times 0.05 divided by 12. And where that came from is it's 5%, but it's compounded monthly. Where does it say this? 5% compounded monthly. Okay, that's how we got that. His principal paid is his payment minus his interest. So $350 minus $50 of his payment went towards interest. So $3,000 went towards paying off his balance. So you can see we went 12,000. We subtracted 300 to get 11,700. Okay, so part of his $350 goes towards paying his interest, and part actually goes towards his principal. As you can see, as time goes on, his interest gets less because his interest is based on a smaller amount. So as time goes on, more and more of his payments actually go towards his principal, and his balance rather. Okay, so I'll show you what this looks like in a spreadsheet. So here we have a spreadsheet set up. Move a couple things out of the way. Okay, so his payment period, that's 0 month, 1 month, so on. His payments, we just entered in his 350. His interest is going to be E2, so E2 is this, times by 5% for 12 months. His principal paid is B3, is this amount minus the interest, that's a formula. And here we go, your previous balance minus what was paid here. Okay, and those formulas continue on. So in order to extend this, the same formulas, we highlight these squares, we click on that box, and we carry it forward. Okay, and what this means is that in the 9th month, of that $350, $39.85 is going towards interest and $310 is being paid on the balance. So as you can see, his balance is going down. So obviously over a year, he still has not paid off his motorboat. Was it a motorboat? His watercraft. There you go. Okay, let's look at the rest of, let's look here. So here's his after 1 year payments, he still has a balance owing. In which month will he have at least half of the loan paid off? So in order to do that, we could extend this table. That's one way we can do it. These are just totals, sum of all the ones there. So we're actually going to move this. Oh, I can't move that. We're actually just going to delete it. Or this does give us some interesting payment. It tells us how much he's paid in total. So far he's paid $4,200, but he's not $4,200 off of his balance, right? Because a lot of 516 of that has gone towards interest. So that's interesting. Interesting. That was hilarious. Okay, so delete entire row. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this information, we're going to extend it even further. I'm not sure how far to extend it because we want to know when he's paid off half his boat. So his watercraft. Remember his watercraft was $12,000. So we want to look for when he's paid at least $6,000. So it looks like that happens after 20 months. Okay, and all we've done is we've extended the table. So I've put an example of this spreadsheet under chapter 2. On yours, it'll look more like this. Amortization table spreadsheet. So you can use this spreadsheet to help you out. A large majority of commercial loans are compound interest, though simple interest loans are also available. The cost of a loan is the interest charged. So if you look at the total amount of interest is the cost of the loan. Okay, so if we made this table keep going until we hit 0, let's try that. See how long it takes him before he has 0. Oh, still a little more. Okay, so it's going to be after this. It's going to be the total of all of those things added together. Oops. So we're going to delete entire row. Okay, so in the last month, he's going to pay less money, but then if we actually add it up, his total equals sum, and we add it, equals sum, and then we selected which ones we want to add up together, all of the interest he's paid. Okay, oops. So he's paid over $975. So that is the cost of his loan. To do this correctly, we would have to put his money here. He'd pay another $25.56 here. Okay, and then actually his interest here, let's fill this. His interest would be 11 cents. So he would have to actually pay 66. So there you go. His total amount would be, and then he would have 25.66 going, 56 going towards his loan. Okay, so his total, this loan to buy his watercraft is $975.56. Okay, so that's called the cost of the loan. A loan can involve regular payments or a single payment. There'll be times where we use the same formulas that we did in chapter 1. So just a reminder, for a loan that charges simple interest and for a loan that charges compound interest. And then if we have single payments and regular payments, we're going to have to use the spreadsheet, and sometimes your financial calculator will work as well. The other thing I wanted to point out to you is down here. It will change a loan, the interest on a loan will change if the interest rate is decreased, if the interest compounding frequency is decreased, if regular payments are made, if the regular payment amount is increased, the payment frequency is increased, or the term is decreased. So all of these things will affect your interest. And then we're going to sometimes use a table to show the amount of each payment, how much interest, how much is going towards the principal and your balance. With each payment period, the interest paid decreases while the principal paid increases. So in other words, your interest, this column's going to keep going down, this one's going to keep going up. So the interest on the remainder of the balance will be less. Also, because the payment amount stays the same, more of the payment goes towards paying the principal, since less is going towards interest. Okay? So you're going to be using spreadsheets quite a bit and some of your formulas from chapter 1.